Okay. So, believe we had left off. With everyone in the evening. The evening before the big fight.
Yes.
With Weapon. Saren had come to the room and was being rather inquisitive and cuddly.
This upset some more frames, and by some more frames I mean mostly Trinity.
There's
Trinity.
a whole like Warframe soap opera going on in our action-filled adventure RPG.
Trinity kind of flailed about to try to express and understand various feelings and failed at all of it.
Oh.
What are you guys going to do that evening?
I believe Titania was also off on a solo mission too. Or Yanto and Titania were off to go try and track down the generator and see if we could use it in some way. See if we could use it so that Saren could potentially interfere on our behalf during the fight.
Okay. Yanto.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll Titania's ability to be tiny as stealth.
Excuse me, I just pushed my thumb right into my eyeball.
Why did you do that?
I needed to feel something. No,
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, that got really dark really quickly.
Yeah, it did. That was
just out of fucking nowhere.
I was not anticipating that.
Question: how long has it been since I last used Titania? Because I've completely forgotten to keep track of how much she's healed.
It will have been at least 4 days, I believe.
Because I'm pretty much the last time we used Titania was when she got a scanner through the wing.
Yeah, it's been about 4 days.
About 4 days, so I'll put 4 points back into that. Still not 100%, but it'll do. So that's 5 dice plus my relationship with. Oh god, no! Everything's almost entirely shocked out. Fuck! I needed to sort that out.
Yeah, you do.
Oh god, right. I'm just doing 5 dice then. Hope for the best. Pair of twos.
Pair of twos. There is. So you are off to try to locate it. Are you sticking to like ventilation shafts since you're tiny and you can fit in those, or are you just kind of trying to stay close to ceilings?
Probably go with the ventilation shafts, as we just doesn't trust himself to try and be, agile.
Yeah.
Hey, excuse me. I've actually played Warframe now, and I can tell you, ventilation shafts are very large in this future.
Yes, but they tend not to be patrolled by guards that frequently. I mean, apart from Lock and Q, who I'm assuming are frantically making out one of them.
You're exploring through the ventilation shafts, searching for this generator, and after a fair while, you hear nearby, "Hey, I think there's a rat in the vents." "Oh, there's a rat in the vents? Yeah. Oh, I'm going to flush it out." "All right, cool.
Uh-oh.
Do we want to hang around and watch it burn to a crisp this time?" "No. Made me sick last time." "Oh. Wow."
Fly faster.
"You have a very poor constitution. I'm going to eat it." You can go ahead and roll for flight to try to get out of this area of ventilation shaft before they lock it down and fill it with fire.
Well, yeah, I suppose I might as well. Oh, by the way, damn it, that last thing was a wicked fast times 3, but it wasn't opposed, so
No, it wasn't opposed.
yeah.
Well,
That's
that's generally height.
Well, no, sorry. Yeah.
Well, that's a straight. Not a botch though, thankfully.
Okay. You fly as fast as you can. The way from the direction that you had come, only for the shaft to only for a thick screen to come down right in front of you, just before you're able to pass through.
Oh crap!
And when you look behind you, another one has come down.
Oh crap!
I can't watch. I can. This is going to be a good midnight stack.
No, you should do. Can you see them through a vent?
Yes. You can see them from a vent.
Lantern one of them.
That doesn't get me out though.
No, but it does distract them so you don't get set on fire for the moment.
No. The only thing which will stop me getting on fire is getting out of the vent. Everything else is secondary.
Yes, but that delays the setting on fire.
Well, they're gonna set you on fire.
Oh god.
What are you gonna do?
Oh god. Yeah. So these plates have just come down. Well, I suppose there is an actual grill, so I can actually kind of see into the corridor.
Yeah.
Right. Bollocks to this. I'm just going to unleash the razor flies to cut the vent apart to get out.
Okay.
Oh god. Here we go. Right. Ooh. Because I've got to split actions actually. 3x5 wicked fast times 3.
Okay. That definitely beats it. Your razor flies, as the fire is starting, your razor flies zoom ahead, pick at the grates, cut them apart, and you fly out. Fire immediately fills the immediately after fire fills the vents, and the Grenier is just like, one of them is just,
Can't see it. I'm not looking. I need you to look. I'm not going to look. Oh, I can't see it. I need another pair of eyes. I only got one eye.
Oh, Yanto is just trying not to swear in a tiny voice and is flying down the corridor.
okay. Go ahead and go ahead and make me a remember.
Mm-hmm.
Just to kind of remember the lay of the land and where you may be able to navigate to find this thing.
Well, that's another straight, but not a botch.
Okay. You don't run into similar problems as before, but you realize it's getting fairly late, and you still haven't found it. You've checked several rooms. Hacked.
I mean, we know where it is. We just may not know necessarily how to get there.
Well, I think we also established that they've been moving it around.
Oh, are they?
They had been moving around.
I mean, that they put it under the arena, I thought, because they needed it near the arena.
Yeah, but they had done that one night but they had been moving it around if it wasn't going to be used.
Ah, okay.
Right, this is something I want to try and spin as an idea. This thing generates void energy, correct?
Yes.
Could I use transference to try and pick up any kind of residue or
Yeah,
like open my brain up to the void in order to try and trace it?
that works. Yeah.
Okay, well, that allows me to add a relationship. 4, 5, 6. Pair of sixes?
Okay. After a worryingly long time, you are able to track it down. It is in a vault of sorts, one of many vaults, far underground. There are so there are several vaults here. Let's say about 4 of them, and you feel it from one of the larger vaults.
But it's still getting pretty late, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it is getting real late.
I'm not gonna. Gentle will open up comms. Guys, anyone on the channel?
Yes, I am.
Hey, I've found. Well, it took me a while. I found the generator, but it's inside a vault. I don't think I can really crack in there and be back in time before people start wondering what's going on.
Do you know what time it is?
I almost got set on fire in front of the fucking Grenier segmented pizza oven duct.
That doesn't make me feel any better for you being out so late.
Tell you what, when I come back there, I'll knock you out myself. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
I'll put you in a sleeper hold.
Oh, okay.
Wait, how did you... Never mind.
I think Saren's already got her in one of those.
Shut up.
Okay, I'm clearly missing some kind of weird stuff over where you guys are.
Nothing's weird. It's just late and I'm tired. We have a big thing tomorrow.
I'm aware. Oh my god. Look, all right. Just, Kerry, do you think it's worth me trying to crack in there tonight, or is it best that we just know about it now?
You say the vault is there an electronic lock, a keypad?
Yeah.
If so, if you can direct me to it, I may be able to get there as Loki and break in.
Cool. Tell you what, I'll lay down some checkpoints and you can trace them back here. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
All right, I'll be back in about 5 minutes. And yeah, you will leave like little, I'm not sure what the equivalent would be, little pheromone patches or something.
Sure. Yeah.
Waypoints?
Yeah, you can set a waypoint.
Tiny little obscene graffiti or something.
And yeah, you return to the room. Saren has been trying to keep MT comforted and at ease.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Oh, I'm sorry. Should I give everyone some space?
I just want to go to bed, and I'm glad you're okay.
Thank you. So do I. Oh man, I don't even know how I'm gonna be able to sleep, but somehow I think I'm going to be able to. Being savaged by cats will allow you to do that.
And then you'll be up bright and early, huh?
Yep. Well, trying not to be pessimistic about it, but possibly murder one of my oldest friends. I mean, hopefully not, but
Remember, it isn't. You're not murdering anyone.
that's what I'm telling myself. Anyway, how's everyone else feeling?
I'm one of these.
Well, I know you're as cool as a chilled cucumber.
Can't say the same for Trinity. Poor girl.
I am a little anxious, but otherwise the same as usual.
Oh, that's good.
How about yourself?
Feel like I should be panicking more. Don't think I've really got it in me to do that, so I'm just going to do what I can when I can do it.
I assume that you've left Titania.
Yes, I'm assuming Titania is.
As a tiny bug, she smacks you.
What? Okay, now what did I do that time? I'm pretty certain you didn't take. You like. What? What now? You tiny, incorrigible little git. What is it?
She points at like the singes on across her. Then folds her arms over her chest, upset.
I'll run you a bath. And he'll walk into the he'll walk into the washroom and fill up the sink with hot water and soap.
She gives you a nod of approval.
Puts a toothbrush in there as a loofah.
You are aware we are still in the room that has all of the baths, the fancy ones.
Well, yes, but that's like asking someone to get washed up in an Olympic-sized swimming pool.
She has herself a relax. She could have just like flown into one of the baths herself, but like it's better if you make it for her.
This is what I was thinking.
Kirei shrugs and will remove herself from her attempts to comfort Trinity and go into Loki.
I'll say that you had he was out for a while, so you probably had enough time to have a talk with Trinity if you would like.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. What do you do there? Because Trinity basically just kind of went to one of the beds and then made herself scarce, laid down and put a pillow over her head, stuffed it between the floating halo above her head.
She will sit down beside her and gently remove that pillow because it looks ridiculous. It is okay.
She looks at you. When she sits up.
It is quite normal to need time to sort through your feelings, especially when said feelings are new to you.
She's kind of like motions with her hands left and then motions with her hands right and then just kind of like gives this shrug. It just looks as flabbergasted as possible.
Yes, they can be quite confusing. Your emotions can pull you many different ways.
She barely responds to that and just kind of like nods a little.
I am perhaps not the best person to speak of dealing with emotion, but I at least want to assure you of this. My My relationships with others, whether Warframe or Tenno, do not affect my relationship with you. You have become important to me. And interacting with another Warframe will not change that.
She thinks on that for a moment, and then just kind of bows her head and shoulders a little, and places a hand in the middle of her chest where her heart should be.
I understand that for most that is sometimes a difficult thing to grapple with. Perhaps perhaps in other circumstances, I would feel similarly.
She tilts her head to the side, and as if trying to guess what other circumstances, she gets a pen and paper, and does a little doodle of herself, herself and Yanto, with like implied transference between them, and then a question mark.
Are you asking if that would bother me?
She nods.
It would not. You and Yanto are both your own people. And above and beyond that, you are people I trust. I would not see that as a transgression. If you and him were to perform transference, whether it is out of necessity or out of a connection, it would not bother me.
She thinks it over.
That is not to say, mind you, that you are wrong for being bothered by something like that. Your feelings are your own. I am merely attempting to give you my perspective on things.
She nods a little. And trying to think of how she would pantomime this. She gently takes your hand and puts it over the center of her chest, and then puts her hand over the center of your chest, and then withdraws a little bit and just holds up a finger just to indicate 1. As if she's trying to say that, like, it's special.
I see.
And then she has the idea. She just doodles a little picture of you, and then a ton of different like electronics and Orokin devices, and then a doodle of herself. And she draws an arrow from you to all the other electronic devices, indicating transference. And your ability to use transference in any void run device. And then draws one to her, and then also one back to you from her, as if to further indicate that it's a mutual thing and not just.
I see. Yes, I am inclined to agree. It is a mutual thing. However, how best to express this? She will draw a picture of Loki and draw an arrow from her to Loki, but then draw an arrow back from Loki to her, but then put a question mark over that arrow.
She draws little Z's over Loki's head to indicate that he's sleeping.
I see. And does it bother you that I use transference with Loki?
She shakes her head. Yeah, she shakes her head, and then draws off to the side Yanto again and motions does a little transference line between them, and then just kind of like gives like a sort of uneasy shrug and shake of her hand a little bit.
I understand. You would not feel comfortable with transference with Yanto. Is that correct?
She nods, and then just kind of motions to you.
And therefore, I suppose it is a difficult thing to answer, but I suppose one answer is that it is not necessarily that transference is less personal for me, though it may be a little bit. It is more that how to explain?
As you're thinking about it, she draws half of a heart over top herself and Loki, and then half of a heart over top you. But it's almost like puzzle pieces, as if the half of the heart over her and also the identical one over Loki would fit perfectly in the half of the heart of yours. Also, they're anatomical hearts, not like the special hearts.
Not cartoon. Yeah, not cartoon.
Not cartoony hearts. They're anatomical hearts.
So,
and
you're saying it takes a. It is not a matter of how you feel about somebody. It is a matter of whether or not that person connects or clicks or fits. Is that correct?
She's kind of like waves her hand a little, like as if like kinda. And gets a different piece of paper.
Kyrie is going to take that piece of paper that she has done with and begin doing something with it, but continue for the moment.
And she looks at the blank piece of paper for a second, and then looks at you, and then just kind of motions to her heart, and then motions to her head, and then just kind of all around her, and then to you, as if she's trying to explain that, like, you are getting her thoughts and feelings. As if you two are going to, as if you two when in transference are sharing hearts.
I see. So it would take hearts that are closely aligned then. I assume it is uncomfortable to perform transference with someone whose heart does not align with yours.
She nods.
Well, I believe I may be something. Perhaps this will explain.
And she will turn around the paper she's been doodling on, where she has erased the piece of heart that in the drawing of her and drawn several more arrows pointing to her.
The best way to put it verbally would be, I am somewhat empty much of the time. The benefit of that is I believe it is easier to perform transference.
She tilts her head, and then she shakes her head.
Oh?
And she redraws that half of a heart.
Kyrie smiles a bit.
It is kind of you to believe so.
She shakes her head again, and then kind of points to herself, and then indicates, and then touches the center of your chest, as if to indicate that she's shared hearts with you.
I see. Then perhaps this is more accurate.
And she will draw the sleepy Z's around her heart.
Not absent, but asleep.
She nods to that.
I find that I am a powerful conduit for the void. But by the same mode, the void has taken much from me.
She doodles like an alarm clock.
You believe I will wake up myself.
She nods.
I hope so. It is not based on anything concrete, but I believe I may have finally found a path towards that.
And you saying that just kind of compels her to give you a hug.
Yeah, she will hug her back.
I'll say it's at that point that that Yanto had mentioned had
Radioed
started talking, had radioed and everything, and so it catches us back up in time.
Okay.
So, Kira, are you going to head out to try and hack some things before
I suppose
we're
that's
going to sleep, or are you going to go, or are you going to try and wake up earlier?
how early. I think she'll probably err on the side of trying to wake up earlier.
Okay.
I believe I will, rather than attempt to head out tonight, I will head out in the morning. It'll provide us some good information as well. If they... This may not strictly be... Though actually... Well, I will make sure to get up early.
MT?
Yes.
Saren, you had so you guys have been keeping some of the plants that she's given you guys.
Hmm.
And during this whole time, like, so there was a point where she went to actually go check on them, and
Okay.
then kind of like pruned the leaves a little bit. And she actually had snipped off one of the buds of one of the flowers, which is something she clearly normally doesn't do. And she takes it, and goes to where the stove is, and kind of looks around at it, and eventually figures out how to turn the oven on.
Oh no. Never let Trinity know what you've done. Or not Trinity. Never let Titania know what you've done.
Titania may want to avoid hot things for the immediate future.
And she bakes the flour for a very short period of time, and takes it out, and once it's sufficiently dry, crumbles it up and makes it into a tea.
Huh.
And she comes back to give this to you.
For me?
She nods.
Oh. Thank you. Don't get me wrong. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. I don't want you to, feel like you have to do this.
She shakes her head.
Thank you.
Yeah, she nods. And since everyone is here, and it's getting late, and everyone seems as if they're going to go to bed, she gives you a hug, and does that thing where she just sort of like affectionately like brushes the side of her helmet against the side of your face, which probably is like the closest thing to like her kissing you on the cheek or something.
Yeah. But it just more like looks like a cat.
Yeah. And we'll head to the door.
We're going to get you out of here.
She nods, fully believing you. She gives a wave to everybody, and she leaves to sneak back to where she was being kept.
Yanta will give her a sleepy little wave goodbye.
Yeah.
He's currently sprawled out on a bed, still fully clothed, just going, "Oh, I need a good pajamas with effort."
Do you have the tea, MT?
Yeah, I drink that tea.
It's rather tasty.
Tasty.
It's a little strong. But you sleep fucking great that night.
Oh god, she drugged me.
You got rooted.
Well, no, like when like you feel you eventually you feel your nerves.
It's
Sorta.
sleepy time tea.
It's essentially, yeah, it's like hardcore sleepy time tea.
I just like to imagine MT is just a totally undignified sleeper, just snoring, smacking lips, flailing limbs around. Yeah, drooling.
Yeah. So yeah, you sleep great that night.
Good. Gonna need it.
All right, and I believe Kire was going to wake up a little early to try to secure a particular device. Zach?
You may be muted.
He is muted. I see his little
I am
microphone.
muted.
Nice.
Hey.
All right. Let's say, yeah, that's the plan. I have a hunch, which is that they're like with it being the finale, they will probably move the generator to the arena anyway. But even if that is the case, she would like to try, and if she can hack it such that she can activate it remotely when she wants, that would be even better.
Yeah. So roll invisibility.
Of course. Dum 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 dum.
Banana!
Thanks, Mando.
It's on here somewhere. There it is.
Your contributions are noted.
Two
Check in the
8s
mail.
with 2 wicked fast if speed matters here.
Okay. Yeah, you sneak down into the lower levels and then even lower than those until you find the underground vaults that Yanto had tagged for you. They haven't been opened.
Oh, good. They're gonna move it. They haven't yet.
Well, preparation for the finale has already been underway, and no one's come down here to move it.
How far away is this from the arena?
It's very far away.
Okay,
Like
so
it's about like 4 floors down.
So there's like 0 chance that activating it from here would do anything. Like the generator probably doesn't have the power to reach the arena from here, which is why they move it.
Correct.
And it is probably not something she can move by herself. Oh well, have an idea, but for the moment, she'll still try and get in there and see what she can see.
Okay. Roll hacking.
Yeah, hack the Gibson.
Do it. Hack it. Hack the Gibson.
Two 8s or 3 4s if
You want height.
is more important. But yeah, I figured height is the more important roll.
So yeah, you hack the electronic lock and are able to pop the vault open. The massive vault door opens just slightly, just enough that it can be pulled open the rest of the way.
Yeah, she only needs to open it enough for the relatively thin Loki to slip inside, after all.
Yeah.
For the moment. She needs to move the generator.
You do find the generator in here. Among many other things.
Oh.
These... You find the generator there among what appear to be several other Orokin relics. Some of them are decorations, of course, just very fancy Orokin decorations.
Kirei disregards those other than overcoming her urge to just break them on principle.
One of them is a Warframe cryopod that is currently active. That is currently active but unoccupied.
She assumes that's where they found. That's the cryopod they found Saren in.
So you find one of those. It's undamaged.
Ooh. If only they didn't have too much stuff going on, pulling a heist on this would be... She will make note of it, though. It's something she can report the location of it to the Lotus. That is something the Tenno are interested in the long run, but they don't really have the capability of retrieving that themselves for now.
Then there is
even on normal missions, they generally don't retrieve the cryopod itself.
Yes.
Usually just the contents.
There is also excuse me. There is there are several tall tubes of some kind of red liquid that is it is connected to a large generator in the vault that is keeping the liquid essentially circulating. It's a thick, almost gelatinous red ooze.
So, interesting. The way you say that implies Kirei doesn't know what that is. Is that correct?
Yeah, you would have no reason to know what that is, given that only one person did the War Within.
Right. And apparently that knowledge hasn't been shared. Okay. Well, yeah. That is curious. She makes a note of that. Again, something to report.
And there is a gated door that almost seems like a secondary vault inside. Behind that, and this one actually is physically locked, along with electronically locked.
Yeah.
It is very heavily so, in fact.
That is both odd and incredibly old-fashioned. I mean, granted, it is the Grineer, but
yes,
even the Grineer generally use electronic locks and stick to that.
There is an electronic lock involved. Like, there is one.
But it's not the only one, which means Kirei can't break into it because she doesn't have any regular lock-picking skills.
Absurdly secured. And even has a retinal scan as a tertiary lock device or a locking device.
She can more or less assume that only Kella the Thame can get in there. That is very curious. What does she have? What does she have in there? What is she building in there? No, yes, she makes note of all this. It'll be stuff to report later to the Lotus. In case somebody wants to, with more time on their hands wants to investigate. She will head over to the generator.
Okay. Yeah, it's a big, beefy thing.
She is gonna see if she can access it and program it in any way.
Sure. Go ahead and give
Roll.
me a remember to recall recall how to mess with Erokan technology.
Okay. Also, she witnessed people using it earlier, way earlier. But
Yes.
sure. I guess the Margulis relationship would be appropriate to use then. Hey, 2 10s.
Okay.
Will not be going this well in the fight, I guarantee.
What do you intend to do with it?
She has a secondary plan since she can't move it herself, but she still would like to be able to set it up so that she can send it a signal and activate it remotely if necessary.
Yeah, you can do that easily. It does not have the range enough to reach the arena, though.
Right. She potentially thinks like if they were gonna do more to offend Keladatame, she'd consider like setting it up so it could like blow up or something.
Mhm.
But she doesn't currently see a reason to do that other than depriving them of something they can use to power Warframes.
Mhm.
But seeing that Kella mostly seems to be doing that, like at the moment, it's not worth risking in her estimation, pissing Keladatame off doing that. So, so yeah, so she will leave that, and she will look to see. There's probably not one in the vault, and she'll probably have to go outside. But assuming there's nothing else of interest in the vault, just decorations and decorations, red goo that is definitely not something that I know what it is, and a weirdly secure door. She wants to look for something. Something if there's like a work orders panel, like something. She wants to find a terminal she can try and mess with work orders.
Inside the vault?
There's probably not one inside the vault. There may be if there's one.
No, there isn't one inside the vault.
One. No, she will exit the vault, close it, and then
there's a panic button nearby the heavily secured door.
No, what she wants to do is hack work orders to get the Grenier to move it to the arena for her.
Okay. Well, there's also a self-destruct button right below the panic button.
On the vault or the generator?
No. I said there's a panic button nearby the heavily secured secondary vault.
Huh.
And nearby there is a self-destruct button.
That is okay. That is interesting. Whatever is in there is important enough that Keladatame wants to be able to potentially destroy it in one press.
Go ahead and give me an outthink.
Sure. Is there an appropriate relationship to remember it? Not that I'm worried about making a match, but just her outthinks crazy.
I can't think of any. Okay.
Nothing. Teshin, Margulis, Yanto, Trinity, MT. Ava. I mean, if there's not an appropriate one, that's fine too. I'll 8 dice was still a decent amount to roll.
I can't think of anything particularly appropriate.
All right, lucky 7s, 3 7s.
Judging by the way it's wired, you are not talking about self-destructing only the vault.
Oh.
Whatever is in there is either important or dangerous enough that she will sooner blow this entire facility up than let it out.
Okay, yeah, she will make note of that. That is that means A, what is behind that door is unbelievably important and something they may have to come back for at a later time. And B, wow. Or conversely, if they ever need to blow the place up, she can. She, granted, if it's not on a timer, that's a suicide mission, but... And she does not put it. She would not put it past Killer to Thame to order some grunt to go in here and blow the place up while she escapes. And the Grenadier would do it too. But yeah, all right. That's about all she thinks she can do here, unless there's something she's overlooking. So she will leave, shut the door, and yeah, see if she can find a work order terminal.
Sure. There is a terminal nearby. You can give me a hacking roll to
Try this dumb
to try this dumb shit. Yes.
Look, maybe it doesn't work, but if it does, it'll be entertaining. That's probably not going to do it. 2 2s.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not going to do it.
All right. Well,
the work order is considered an error.
Yeah, that's fine. She will, rather than risk setting off alarms, she will head back for now.
Okay.
Here's the thing. If they ever do need to come back, remind me, because if for whatever reason we do come back here later in the campaign, I want it remembered that she has the generator hacked to turn on and off at her command.
Make a note.
Make a note on the character sheet. I'm not going to remember. You also know a location of the self-destruct button of the entire base.
Yeah.
Because something in the aoCT vault. It is specifically in the aoCT vault. Okay. So, what is everyone going to be doing? Because you get back up to the room
As everyone else is waking
as everyone else is waking up. MT is waking up from like the best sleep ever.
Refreshed and ready to go.
Yanto is probably waking up from the groggiest sleep ever.
Yanto is fist fighting his way back to consciousness.
I have unfortunate news.
What is it?
Slept, didn't we?
Well, although I managed to get inside the vault and access the generator, it seems they are. It seems that they are not intending to move it to the arena, and I see no way of us being able to move it ourselves inconspicuously.
What? Why not? Isn't that the whole thing?
It is rather large, and I assume they will object to us taking a generator out of their vault.
Not why you can't do it. Why aren't they doing it?
Oh, I assume they don't plan to have Saren use her abilities as part of their finale. There would be no other reason to use it. Unless they wished to somehow... Unless it could be somehow triggered to mess with our Warframes, but that is not the case, as far as I am aware.
It was a good idea, though.
There are other interesting things of note with the vault, but perhaps I will save that for speaking of another time so that we do not lose focus.
Did you find money?
No. Well, there are several rather expensive-looking Orokin decorations, but no, not actual money.
So
We're on our own.
Yes.
Look, I'm pretty certain we'll be fine.
We'll have to be fine. there is no other option.
Oh, yes. That's true.
I believe in you guys. To do this before I am killed.
It wasn't good. I mean, it's implied, but I wasn't gonna.
Unceremoniously murdered.
Hey, come on, man. Anyone's going to unceremoniously murder you. It's going to be me.
It's going to be you by proxy, perhaps.
Hey. Now I may be a disorganized mess of a human being, but I would not inadvertently get you killed.
Only intentionally.
Right, that was pretty much the point I was making. Anyway, breakfast. Breakfast is probably a good idea. And possibly
Yes.
washing.
We will want to be at full strength for the upcoming fight.
We have a couple hours to do as we will, it looks like.
Yeah.
Oh. Colin, would you help me meditate?
Of course. And, what were you say?
Yanzo was kind of hesitate for a second with his mouth open and go, "Ooh, would it be okay if I came and meditated with you guys?"
I do not have a problem with that.
I don't see why not.
It's just been a while. I have a hard time doing it.
I'll run you through it.
Thanks.
Bye.
How about you, MD? You want to come into the room and float slightly off the ground?
We can have a chill out party.
That is...
Or one incredibly kick-ass game of full contact air hockey.
I feel the need to point out that is a byproduct and not the purpose of the meditation.
You know, I can't think of anywhere else I'd rather be than hanging out with you guys in complete silence.
It will be a change of pace, to be sure.
Excalibur gives a nod of agreement.
Excalibur's like, yes, you all never shut up.
I give it 30 seconds.
Even the quiet one's gotten chatty lately.
Excalibur's been awake for like a day, and already I'm like, Jesus, we're literally the same person.
He has
He's been awake
been awake for a long time.
I've known he's been
awake for a day. There's an important distinction to make.
So yeah.
May I roll something to restore my relationship with Colin?
Of course. You can roll. I'll think or remember. Probably remember because meditation is about reflection.
Sure.
Let's see. Anyone else going to try to restore some relationships?
Yes.
The only thing I have shocked out is my focus, and I don't know how to restore that.
I mean, meditation is actually a fair way to restore
Hey!
your focus.
Yeah, basically.
That actually is pretty good. That's a pretty good response.
Yeah. It's you meditate and you focus on the void and how the void flows through you and how you move the void through you.
And I believe at 3 6s, that is enough to pull the relationship with Colin out of crisis because it is only 1.
Yes. So what were you going to, Yanta? What were you going to?
Oh, I was going to just do the last step of repairing my relationship with Kiri, seeing as
Okay.
almost everything else is shocked out. I need to start repairing them.
Yes.
So, what should I do for that?
Also, do you remember if you're meditating, you can reflect on Kire and your relationships with her.
God. Fucking damn it! Another straight.
Oh, is it Crisis?
It was in crisis. Yeah, I had 2 width on it, but it was still in crisis.
Yeah, you lose one permanently.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Probably because we're technically weird kids, you do gain a weird power.
Yeah, you gain a weird die.
You gain a specifically. She gets a point in a weird to put in a weird relationship, right?
You basically shift a max from that.
Yep,
into a weird relationship, and
I know exactly what I'm doing for that.
And go ahead and describe to me, describe to me how meditation and reflection here shaves away at your attachment to Kirei and edges it into attachment to something else.
Also, does this erase my width that I already had?
No, it does not. No, it's just it doesn't erase the width. It doesn't set it back at 0 width.
Okay.
It's just
wait. You said your relationship with Kirei was at 2 total.
It was at 3 total.
Oh, okay. I was
So
going to say, how did you possibly not have enough width? Okay.
Yeah.
Which I think actually ends up meaning that you restore it at a crisis. Because
that's not entirely clear how that would work.
I feel like I should need to still be able to successfully spend quality time.
Yeah.
Things got worse, but then stabilized. It doesn't make sense.
It would probably take another roll. So
go ahead and narrate to me. Explain what happens in your reflections.
So Yanto, after a while, manages to get himself into the lotus position and very gradually manages to enter a trance-like state and slowly and levitates maybe about a foot off the ground.
Mm-hmm. Like you do.
As you do, as Tenor want to do.
Excalibur meditates with you guys, by the way.
And Yanto is trying to think of ways of calming himself down, because all the way through the night he was having anxiety dreams, and they were very vivid and very direct and very obvious, that he was going to get someone else killed. But this, he just couldn't shake the idea. And every single time it would be MT, or it'd be Colin, or it'd be Kerry. It would never be him. And he had to start trying to think of, if someone had to die, who could afford to go. And he kept seeing Kerry die. And he started to think that maybe this wasn't something he should put emotional attachments into, because it just wasn't going to end that way. It wasn't going to be healthy, because someone was going to die. And as that feeling of detachment started to wash over the feelings he previously had, and his mind started to open further, he started to just return once again to the notion of the void and its raw impartiality. And the way it didn't care necessarily, it just gave and took. And there was nothing you could say or do about it.
Okay. But what relationship?
The void.
The void. Just pure in the void. Okay. All right. How did MT's meditation go?
I also rolled a straight. I don't know what the fuck to do about this.
Is it shocked or in crisis?
No, it's just shocked.
Okay, then you have a hard time focusing on the void and how it runs through you. and you find yourself reflecting on other things more than anything else.
I focus on the here and now rather than the ethereal.
Yes, basically. Honestly, focusing on the here and now rather than the ethereal is it's pretty easy to do. So yeah, after a while, probably one by one, you guys start getting hungry and have to eat something.
As Kire's meditation was fairly successful, she will probably finish soon and begin fixing some breakfast.
Yanta's going to go into the bathroom and throw up. Nerves are really not helping.
I'm gonna knock on the bathroom door when I hear him stop hurling.
Yes.
Are you alright?
No.
Can I come in?
Do you honestly want to?
Are you going to come out?
Well, I kind of have to. Otherwise, they're going to have to bring the fight in here, and I'm not going to get the security deposit back on this fucking place.
Which is preferable at the moment?
Come in if you want to come in.
I come in.
Yeah, Yanto is really not looking in a good shape.
What is it? Did you push yourself too hard last night?
No, I'm... Just trying to calm myself down. And it's not happening. I thought the meditation would help, and it just made me focus on the wrong things.
You're worried that we're not going to pull through this.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the big question, isn't it? I mean, there's so much that can go wrong. And there's no way I can prepare for practically any of it. And I'm about to put everyone I care about on the line.
This isn't your entire responsibility. We're a team. We're in this together. We'll be looking out for you as much as you're looking out for us. It's not all on your shoulders.
I know that. Just trying to make myself believe it is the thing.
By the way, you said that your relationship with MT is also shocked out.
Mm-hmm.
If you want, MT, you can do a helping hands charm.
Hell yeah, I can.
To give bonus dice to Yanto's courage roll to restore his relationship with you.
Hey, can I use my relationship with Yanto?
Yes, you can.
2 3s?
Yeah, just, Yanto, if you want to try to get your spirits up for MT, you can roll courage with +2 dice.
Well, let's see how this goes.
If you roll another straight, I'm punching you in the stomach.
Please do. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fucking.
Did you roll another straight on that?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
You need to figure out a way to roll some of your better stuff to
Oh my goodness.
for top quality time. Damn, man.
So that shocks out another point from MT's relationship.
And slides that over to another weird relationship.
Just put it all on the void.
What is your relationship with the void right now?
3 points. It's my most powerful relationship. I have Clem and I have the void. Fucking Yanto is coming apart at the seams.
Hey. Maybe this isn't helping. We just gotta do it, okay?
Yeah, we gotta do it.
And we will. When all this is over, then we can rest well.
Yeah, this is gonna turn facing MT, and he's just gonna look right through her.
Oh, I don't like that.
He's gonna walk out, start getting himself ready.
All right. Anyone doing anything in particular before the match?
Nope. Pretty sure all the damage that we can do has been done.
I don't know. I could have a heart to heart with Clem and shock that out.
You want to give it a shot?
No.
He just flips you off twice.
Well, so the afternoon comes, and pull this up here. And yeah, you guys all get ready for the big fight. Oh, my wonderful psychopaths out there. Are you as excited for tonight as I am? It's the finals. That's right. The final match of this Rathoon tournament, where only 2 teams remain to fight for the ladies' hand. And I know you are all positively writhing for the fight of the decade. But what's a legendary battle without some background? And the first half of the day's episode is everything that's led up to it. It's a highlight reel. And a damn good one at that, which covers the twists and turns of the competition thus far. It lasts for about 20 minutes. And then when it comes to an end, Kill continues. And now, I present to you this Rathoom's grand finale. It's Team Arum versus Weapon. Fireworks, explosions, thunder, lightning all burst forth from the edges of the arena. The crowd goes positively insane. Weapon steps out from the north, not bothering to regard the audience, the pyrotechnics, or any of the noise around them. They only look forward, dead into Yanto's Warframe, and draws their pistol.
Was muted. If nobody else is going to say anything, Yanto's just going to pull his weapon.
Crowd's getting pretty excited. I'm gonna need a turn order now.
What's that again? What's
That's
that? Again?
brains plus outthink.
That's the one.
I bumped Cure's up. I couldn't let some cats beat me.
Must be quick like cat.
See here, I was a fool and put all of my points into relationships.
That doesn't help.
Yeah, I'm learning that.
When you have my ability to roll, even with digital fucking dice.
Sometimes I wish this were another game system, because in Fate I could do something like say, and for my turn, this is my roll to indicate that the Loki that walked into the arena was a decoy, and Kirai's already in position.
What is neighbors?
You're right over there.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
Sorry.
so MT,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
Well, first things first. Since I have no emotional attachments to this person.
Actually, I'm sorry, my bad. Nasia will go first.
Oh, okay.
I'm suddenly concerned.
The broken Nasia is going to fire upon Yantel. What is MT going to do?
See, I was about to say I have no emotional attachment here, except to my teammates, and I know what I'm supposed to do, which is draw this thing's ire and fire and aggro. So
Yes.
I would like to. I'm gonna push Yanto out of the way, but I wonder if I should. What's the word? Split actions to also dodge.
If you think you could make a block with your melee weapon, you can probably just block
That
for
might
him
be
without
good,
splitting
too.
actions.
Let's do that.
This sword will never be
Because
used
Tenno-
defensively.
Tenno can absolutely block bullets.
That's
so-
true, but I am using Oberon, so like I don't have any super great melee weapons on him. But let's do it. Let's fucking do it.
Okay. Then
I need something with the defense though, right? The Skana doesn't.
Yes.
The Skana only has attacks. What can I block with?
Oh, technically didn't... Is that supposed to be the case? We should be able to block with our melee weapons, right, Nate?
yes, I realize that is an error.
Well, if you would let me, I could say that I have Skana Prime.
I mean, yeah, you do have Skana Prime. Like,
Okay.
you can block with your weapons.
Okay.
That is an error.
I think she meant on
me.
Oberon, because
Yeah.
normally it's on Excalibur.
Oh yeah, no,
If you want, I mean, you could have switched out if you wanted to come in with your best wet gear. That is fair.
Yes. Then
actually, yeah,
Skana Prime has a defense on it, so yeah, I will block with that. I'll stand in front of Yanto.
Actually makes sense. Could I say that Curie was using the Lonka, because I actually did mean to do that and then I forgot to mention it. Sniper rifle Trinity carries.
Yeah, you're allowed.
Okay. She will have that.
Right, so MT is flinging herself.
Yep. Yanto, what are you gonna do?
Less flinging. I'm trying to look real cool about it, okay? I'm standing in front of you with purpose and a badass sword.
But I'm the more bullet resistant. Never fucking mind.
That's not your job right now. Your job is to talk.
I'll
Or
say
void
right now,
talk, Mr. Void.
I'll say right now, you guys don't feel Ava's entire presence yet.
It may be too early to try transference. Is there something we can do to draw her out?
I'll figure it out.
If you want, you can use your turn to do remember or something along those lines.
I have a feeling I know one thing that will draw her out, but I don't want to do it. Which is to hit the bad spot.
Please don't touch them in the bad place.
Let's not hit the bad spot.
Yeah, you can do a remember or something to try and figure out how to get her out.
I mean,
but
it worked before.
But Yanto, you had it was your turn here, right?
Yeah. I'm not sure if Yanto in his current state would want to go into combat or want to actually interact. Yeah. He's probably gone a lot. He's probably gone very much inside his head. So yeah, I'll try and use brains plus remember.
Okay.
Oh,
all right. And then Kirei.
There's Kirei is going to pull out the Lanka and hey, I apologize, Nate.
What's up?
There was this thing you put on the Lanka that I thought was going to be useless, but it turns out we will actually do fights where we don't want to kill things. So she is going to fire off a stun shot at Nasia.
Okay. All right. Everyone roll.
Oh god,
Ooh,
that for a
taking
second,
multiple
I thought that was
shots.
going to be another. Okay, there we go.
Oh well. Narrowly doesn't affect that because it's useful.
Yeah, it's only sweet that would affect that.
Then again, I don't think hitting multiple times with stun would do anything anyway. Because I don't think it would. I assume mechanically they would have stacked.
It stuns a location.
Oh, okay. That
So
kind of
you
stun.
can
It's not
split
da-
actions.
This isn't the one that acts like days. Okay. Well, I'll remember that for next time. What did I roll?
Yeah, it's knockdown that acts like days. This one basically locks a location or a person with -1 rounds. All right.
And also important.
Yes, I'm going to be going to listen to that in a moment. So yeah, what happens here first is the Nasia is shot in the left arm. And his left arm just kind of goes limp for the moment. That's for one round. So yeah, his left arm goes limp. His right hand still holds the pistol Memoria. He raises it and fires, but the shot is deflected deftly by MT. who leaps in the way with Skana Prime and deflects the shot into a wall. And as the battle has begun and is starting to gain momentum, Yanto, you remember something.
Mm-hmm.
You remember what pulled Ava out in battle before? When Nasia took enough damage, Ava came out and seemingly restored Nasia at the same time.
Oh shit, Ava was a Vazarin disciple, wasn't she?
That's never a good laugh to hear the GM do.
Yes. But yes, you recall that when Nasia was heavily damaged during the Reaper fight, Ava came out and restored Nasia's stamina and stamina and body.
I totally neglected to realize that was actually her using her focus there.
So yes, that's what that is what you recall. So yeah, we're back at the top of the round. Broken Nasia is now has MT now has his attention.
Good.
So he is going to leap forward and take a shot. He's gonna fire an MT. What is MT gonna do? Amanda?
Let's see. You know what? How close does he have to be to fucking fire at me?
He can hit you from across the arena.
Okay, alright.
Nasia's a good shot.
Yeah, 10 are pretty. As long as you have a remotely accurate weapon, distance is not much of a problem for 10-0.
I'm thinking about using Sacred Guard to lift him up and use his own gravity against him.
Okay. Yeah, are you gonna slam him down?
Yes.
Are you going to try to avoid the attack coming your way?
I should probably do that.
You should probably do that.
I just figured if this went off first, it would make his bullet fly. Should I take that risk?
You might be right. Do you think?
Yeah, you might be right.
Like, yeah, if you hit him first, you'll drop a die from his set. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot.
Okay.
You know what? I'll use my relationship with Yanto again because he seems really put off by this, and I really want to just get it over with quickly.
Okay. And Yanto.
I'm doing this for you.
Hey, Yanto, you could actually take command by talking about what you know.
Yeah, well, look at the wrong freaking thing. It's like, but I'm so puny. No, that's Yanto's character sheet, not the Warframe's character sheet. I'm a smart man. Quite you.
But I mean, verbally, you can direct the others. Like Kire will listen to.
I'll split actions. Oh no, they've got to be on the same location to split actions, don't they?
No, we have multiple locations. You just use the lower dice pool.
Oh, cool. Fair enough. I'm going to use. Okay, Yanto will use Raw. But it will be a kind of the effect roar of Alignali, but it will also just be the roar of attack, and then he's going to Rhino charge her.
Okay. Okay. And Kire.
You know what? Yanto seems to have figured something out. So, yeah, Kirei will switch her. Hey Nate, can you post what we had learned of? Would it be possible for you to post what we'd learned of weapons locations?
Did you get everything or just one piece or?
We don't know everything about him, but we know what. Okay, let me ask you. Remind me, what is the location I don't want to hit? How about? Okay, that's what I thought, but I just checked.
I'm gonna say, I remember we got it all.
6 is a transference error.
Okay, you have we have all the locations, but not necessarily everything about all the locations.
Yeah.
Actually, can he actually shoot this turn? I stunned his arm.
Yeah, you stunned his arm. The weapon.
Oh,
itself,
the weapon's
Memoria.
5. Right, gotcha. I somehow missed that. All right. Kirei will switch her plans then with the cry of attack, and she will split actions. She will call out for Colin to attack with her, and split actions to throw a trio of kunai.
Okay. All right. Everyone roll.
It's +2, but then -2 for 2 different actions. Okay. Well, all right then. Is it better to? Well, normally it's better to get another set. So. Oh.
Okay. So, what happens here is weapon weapon leaps forward, firing intending to fire a myriad of bullets into Oberon. But he is then lifted into the air suddenly. He goes to try to change his momentum to edge himself elsewhere, but is struck with a series of kunai. He's struck with a series of kunai as Colin charges, slashes at him several times as he is lifted into the air, and then Oberon throws a hand down, slamming weapon into the ground. And it is just as weapon is getting up, that's Rhino charges and bowls him over. So let me go ahead and account for all that damage.
Remember what I said about not rolling well in combat? I lied.
There you did. So 3 to the 10s, 3 to the 7s, 2 to the 5.
I imagine the commentary on the first round was basically like, is Team Arum fucking around? And then the commentary after the second round is like, Team Arum is not fucking around.
Yes. then 4 to the 5s there. Okay. This round, this round, Nasia is going to take several lumbered steps back. Hold his head in great pain, and the Ava Spectre is going to burst out. This is going to be a attack, sort of. If you want to ward yourself from it, you must roll transference.
Is this basically like a reaction thing happening between rounds?
This is the start of the next round. I'm just telling you how
Okay.
you can defend against this.
And that is separate from rolling transference to establish a link?
Correct. Because Ava isn't even out yet. She's coming out, and it's going to possibly hurt you. Her
so it won't be till
her
the end
just
of
showing
this
up
round.
is going to possibly hurt you.
So it won't
Yeah.
be till the end of this round that we can...
Exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
So, MT.
Yeah, I'll roll transference to protect myself from whatever the fuck is happening.
Okay. Then Yanto.
Most likely not going to do the smart thing. Is most likely going to do the thing which is more about making contact with her. Going to use transference, but not to defend. Is going to use transference to.
Oh, we can't do that yet. After this round. That's what
after
they
this
said.
round. Sorry.
Yes.
Brain.
Hasn't arrived yet. This
Okay.
is the process of her arriving.
Oh, this is the burst. Okay.
Yeah, this is the burst of her arriving.
All right, fine. I'll defend.
Okay. Ava is going to at the end of the round.
Okay.
Hmm?
Does she declare before me then?
She declares right before you. Yeah, she declares on 7.
Yes, those points were worth it.
Ava is going to at the very end of the round, she is going to restore Nasia to full and also empower him with the void. And what is Kiri going to do?
Can I split actions
To do
to defend herself from the transference burst and to interfere with her ability to empower Nasia?
You will think how you would possibly do that. It will be a.
I mean, I assume it's raw transference, but if you think that's not possible, then that's
yes.
fair.
I'm just trying to think of how narratively you would do it. Probably by trying to jack into Nasia.
That sounds more aggressive than what Kire wants.
Yeah, you would basically have to be
like if that'd be the only way to do it, she wouldn't.
You would be attempting to actually hijack Nasia.
I was gonna. The way I had in mind was basically throw out the void equivalent of like interference and static to prevent it from attempt to do that, which is sort of related to her mind spike power, but probably not exactly.
I'd say you could split actions between transference and mind spike.
Okay, to give it a shot. I mean, I may not make it since I'll definitely be prioritizing the
Yeah,
get blasted with transference, but
yeah. You could do Mind Spike and Transference here
sure.
to
Wait,
try
no,
to
she
keep
never
her
mind.
from.
She can't use Mind Spike because that requires her to come out of her suit. Can't do it on TV.
Fair enough. All right.
So yeah, she'll just defend then.
Okay. All right. What's everyone's transference for defense? Okay. Yeah, you guys brace yourselves. And you guys brace yourselves and sort of cling to your connection with the void. And the horrible noise of Ava's arrival into this plane of reality does not shift you. Does not shift your placement in the void and potentially harm you. And you can tell almost immediately as the two arms of Mesa has lifted from the back of Nasia. You can immediately feel the presence of two minds inside the Warframe. And specifically, you can feel Ava's presence. And you can also tell pretty much immediately that Nasia has been restored to full and even seems to be stronger now. And now, and now worth pointing towards the locations that you know.
Yeah.
You know how you see the in Hollow Justice 5D plus 5D question mark?
That's why that's where the other 5D are coming from.
Yes. Ava is pouring void energy through Nasia, and Nasia's dice pools have increased dramatically.
That's why suddenly Nasia went from being kind of broken to being able to impale Kirei with three spears at once.
Yes, exactly. And why Nasia went from being kind of dodgy and a little tanky to insta-gibbing people.
Right.
So, yeah. This round, Nasia is going to let's see. Is going to basically lean down and break into a sprint with fire at his feet, and he is going to attempt to run through everyone. He's going to just dash past everyone and in a deft acrobatic maneuver. MT, what you gonna do?
I'm going to dodge.
Okay.
And that's it. I'm mostly just going to focus on dodging and running around again and drawing aggro.
Okay. What is Yanto going to do?
So,
Ava is now on the field.
But we also have a high-speed Neza who is about to start slapping shit.
Damn, should have been on the walls. Can't fire walk on walls.
Watch me. Yeah, I suppose MT is dealing with. Well, is going to attempt to deal with the frame, so it's down to
The primary target is MT. I'll say right now. So if you don't defend, you'll take area damage, but you won't take the full force of it, as that's directed at MT.
That's fair enough. He'll focus chiefly on getting through to Ava.
Okay. You're gonna roll transference or charm.
Transference. Seeing as my face is still shocked out, I'm going to go with transference.
Okay. Your face should not be shocked out anymore.
Sorry. I'll recover that.
You should have recovered everything.
Yeah,
I'm still back at. I'm still better off doing transference.
yeah, no,
Okay.
fair.
So then that's Yanto. Ava is going to use Bullet Storm. And she is going to be targeting Rhino. So, what is Kirei going to do?
So when Ava uses Bullet Storm, is she still manipulating Memoria to do so?
No.
Effectively?
It is Mesa. It is
Mesa is holding firearms.
Yeah, it is Mesa with her peacemakers. Basically,
Damn.
this is the Ava Spectre attacking.
Right. No, I just realized. Damn. I'm just gonna go on and you're not gonna allow me to disarm the Ava Spectre, are you?
You cannot disarm a
Warframe special stuff.
You cannot disarm a void entity.
Fair. I mean, if the one thing that should absolutely be affected by void powers, but that's okay. I understand.
It's not even really Mesa, but just the concept of Mesa that you're fighting here.
Kirei will call out for Colin to defend Rhino.
Okay.
And she herself will split actions between Transference and Heart of this Trickster as soon as Naja/Ava approaches. She's going to switch places with them to get out of the way of the attacks.
Okay.
Essentially, when the attack starts, suddenly she will already be behind them.
Okay. Sounds good.
That is the plan, anyway.
Okay. Everyone roll.
Yep. That didn't work. I got one round of good rolls. On 8 dice, I rolled 2 1s.
I mean, that's bad, but rolling 8 dice, getting 2 2s, 2 3s, and 2 5s was also somewhat insulting.
It is still significantly better. I didn't even get a second set. I can't even defend myself and transference, which effectively renders my roll useless because there's no way I'm. Actually, here's a question: does it shock out the dice for Kirei's action if the Warframe takes damage?
No.
Oh, okay then. Well, super. Damn, Amanda. Oberon's just like, nope.
Nope. Done with all this trauma. You guys sort it out. I'll just be here to take bullets. Hopefully you'll sort it out before I take too many bullets.
Okay, I need to
Well, depending on how this run goes, we may appreciate some Oberon healing.
That was going to be one of my future moves.
Okay. So then there's that. Pure dodge. That's one hella dodge there. Pure.
Pure.
Okay. So, what happens here is Nasia races through. Nasia races through, dodging and dodging and weaving expertly, and MT leaps over him and lands. And lands a fair distance away from the fire and fury, and he passes around Rhino, and passes around and passes around Loki. Colin, however, actually does swipe at him as he gets close to Rhino, causing him to go off path and avoid hitting Rhino entirely. So for Loki, roll 4 area dice.
Ouch. Will do.
And
5-7.
And seeing seeing that that Colin is protecting Rhino, the Nasia, as he comes to a halt a fair ways behind you guys, leans down, and the 2 arms coming out of his back, representing Mesa, fires upon Rhino. Colin attempts to deflect as much of it as he can, but the majority of it gets through. And Colin takes 9 shocks.
Ow.
Altogether.
Jesus.
It leaves much of his suit tattered, and him breathing heavy. But part of the mouth of his suit does happen to get knocked off, so his lips are visible, and he is gasping for air for a second, takes a deep breath, and then smirks.
He would eat this up, wouldn't he?
Yeah. As the injuries upon him are clearly flesh wounds, after all.
Has he just got a power marked his but a scratch?
No. When he is taking damage for somebody, he is treated as having tough 2 on every location and a total of 30 dice.
Oh Jesus! So basically,
and you guys,
15 extra dice just solely for taking damage for other people.
Yes, 15 extra dice just solely for taking damage for other people, on top of tough 2 in every location. And as the dust settles, you guys see exactly what he meant when he said he'd be fine.
Oh, okay. Kirei will apologize later for doubting his toughness at all, because damn. Like, Kirei sees that and she knows she herself would be damn near, would be barely alive if that hit her.
No, that would have actually...
Y'all were worried about using him, but honestly, this is the best time for her to use him.
That would have actually shredded you to pieces, Kirei. Because that's after his toughness.
Oh, that's 9 shocks after his toughness. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's also why you said Nasia goes around, because I assume the area dice basically don't even put a dent in him.
No, the area dice just don't even affect him at all.
Don't affect him because he's got tough 2. You'd have to roll 3 on a single location for it to actually hurt him.
Let's see, it would have been 18
Yeah.
shocks to your fleshy body.
Yeah, that would actually have, assuming that is very lethal damage, that would have actually killed the Kirei outright.
Yeah. Well, it would have killed you. Yeah, Colin effectively cut it in half. So yeah, you guys. Let's see. 2i5 transference. We're gonna start with Yanto. Describe me something. Like, describe me an experience, a scene with Ava and you.
A couple of weeks after being discovered and slowly being rehabilitated, the first time that Ava took Yanto to Maru's Bazaar, like properly out with other people. And even though Yanto was doing his absolute utmost to not freak out, Ava could just sense that Yanto was not dealing with it particularly well, and didn't necessarily make a big scene out of it, but just ensured that they started spending more time in slightly more open, quieter places where they weren't going to be just rushed by people and lots of advertisements. And it was the first time that he and Ava had ever actually spent a lot of, had effectively spent a lot of time communicating without talking, just working at each other's body language and working out, effectively, like just realizing that they could read each other a bit better than just speaking to each other and going, I want this, I don't need that, etc. And just the first time that Yanto felt genuinely comfortable.
Ava remembers how she was able to read you and you able to read her better than anyone else could. The specter trembles. Kirei, narrate a memory. What does Ava remember?
Ava remembers the Lotus giving her a mission, or rather requesting that she pick up another Tenno than her and Yanto for a mission, one who had previously been operating independently and was warned sometimes did not mesh well with other groups of Tenno. She remembers meeting this Tenno in a private room at a relay, the Loki Warframe standing impassively and wanting to meet the Tenno behind underneath, who was only spoke in short clipped sentences, and but who had a probably strikingly powerful void presence. And upon and emerging from the low key, a girl with dark hair past her waist, covering her face, but very petite, very fragile compared to the presence she gave off
in the void. And a Tenno that, whether personally or by reputation, Ava likely recognized.
Yeah. Ava remembers the immediate feeling of concern and worry, followed in short by a stronger feeling of compassion and empathy. And the overwhelming feeling that she needed to do whatever she could, however little it may be, to help you. Yanto and Kirei, you are both buffeted with the transference static of Ava's arrival or Ava's existence on this plane, and some of the static that buffets you shifts in a way that you can kind of understand it and understand the emotion behind it, and the fear that no, not this time, actually. No, this time is the rage. The feeling of futility, of rage, just raw anger at the unfeeling void, at the universe, at the solar system, at this damned situation that you've all been put into, at the uncontrollable nature of it, what you've been forced into, what you could never be, what you could never be, and how even when you try to make the best out of this awful garbage situation, it's taken away from you. Whatever sacrifices you make are undone. And that is the feeling that buffets you. You both can definitely feel that with the static kind of shifting in a way that you can understand it, that means that you are connecting with her again and are starting to understand what she's going through at the moment. Okay, we come to the top of the round. Nasia is going to throw, is going to reach back, take his chakram and throw it at MT. What is MT going to do?
I'm gonna try to deflect it again with the Scanner Prime.
All right, Yanto.
Yeah. Yanto is going to see that MT is about to eat a gigantic angry disc to the face, and he's going to try and block it.
Oh, you're not going to use transference this round?
No, that was a bit of a slap to the face of the emotion that kind of hit him. He realizes that's something quite close to how he's feeling.
Okay. Okay. Ava is going to Ava this time is going to unload a barrage into Oberon. What's Kira going to do?
Well, Kire is left untargeted this turn. Can I effectively split actions with transference to potentially do more with a single memory?
I
don't, or
No,
not in this case.
no,
Okay.
in this case.
Then we'll focus all our efforts on transference this round.
Okay. Everyone roll your dice.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
Is this deflect gonna at all help me with the fiery rage that's going to be raining?
I mean,
down?
you keep all of your sets for defense.
Okay. Okay.
You can take Colin's help if you want.
You can also take
want-
Colin's help.
I do want Colin's help with this.
Okay.
So he will buffet anything. He will basically, it'll have to go through both your defenses before it even hits him, I think is how it works.
Yep.
Okay.
Because Colin cannot help Kire with transference, I believe. So, not in this case.
Oh wait! Oh, son of a bitch!
Also, hey, Luke, I have an idea for Luke and Nate.
Yeah.
I have an idea for a finale transference if we manage it for both. That would involve both Yanto and Kire. If we can get, assuming we don't all die horribly. But
No, that's fair. I just realised I've been dumb because I don't have defend on anything other than as part of my dodge. So I don't think I can actually defend with anything.
no.
Okay. If you want,
You
you can say that you use transference. Like,
I think I should
could-
do transference instead. I've just looked at everything.
You
and gone,
could use Iron Skin and stand in the way.
but that would literally just be tanking the hit.
I mean, yeah, it's not a. I didn't
It
say it was a
sounds like
good
something
idea.
in character for him, but MT will be very angry with him.
Oh no, you give me the dumb idea and you give me the fuck it, I'm taking it, I'm tanking it in the face.
MT will be very angry with you.
is that what you're gonna do? You're gonna tank it?
Just flash up Iron Skin and take the shot.
All right. Sounds good.
I love the
Shot,
image
shot.
of fucking drawing Skana Prime to deflect this thing, and then Rhino standing in front and just taking it.
Just gets stuck in his horn.
Oh, you've still got a hail of bullets to deal
Yeah,
with.
I'll
so-
do
Oh,
it.
there's a lot. There's a lot of things coming your way right now.
Good. Fine, good.
There's so many things coming your way. I have to do math.
Well, man, don't get too angry at me because I rolled 3x6.
Okay. Question, and I'm sorry if this has been answered before. It's just it's been a while,
Mm-hmm.
and it's such a dumb, simple monsters question. If I'm keeping all of my sets, does the awesome ×2 on the Skana Prime apply to every set or just one?
No, you can change one die to
Thank
whatever
you.
you want.
Yeah.
That's all I needed.
Could note that you can also create a new set if you say rolled like a single 10 or something. You can give yourself 2 10s instead of an extra width.
Cool.
Like
Cool.
you can give yourself a second set instead of increasing the width of a
That would
set.
actually be better. So ignore what I said there. Delete that.
Okay. Okay. So
It depends on the attack. Like if the attack relies on being fast, or if basically it's an attack with a billion spray and just
Yeah,
gets.
I'm guessing it's a
that.
million things at once, so I'm gonna go for the more sets.
there's a lot of things happening at once here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in that case, yes, getting a higher set is probably better than getting a wider set. In that case. And remember, in theory, two good deflects can one good defensive roll can in theory take out two attacks. Oh dang, that's actually a pretty good roll. 2x6, 4x7, 2x9.
Yeah. Like I said, suddenly I'm Genji. Bastion.
I forget, did you roll an extra die for Colin's help, or do you not roll an extra die when Colin's
you get an extra gobble die basically. You get a basically
extra gobble to each set?
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually ridiculously good.
Yep.
He's
good at things. Okay.
That's when he gets to roll his own defense, apparently.
What'd you say?
Not to mention he gets to roll his own defense, apparently, which makes Colin ridiculously good at doing joint defenses.
He doesn't roll his own defense. He augments your defense, and effectively his defense is passive.
Gotcha. Oh, right. He just has a billion. He just is too tough on everything.
He just has too tough on everything. So, like, while narratively, like, you'll see him deflecting shots and everything, it's mechanically it's passive because that would be way more bookkeeping than I want to deal with.
Yeah. Right.
So, the Hellfire rain that comes at MT at the hands of the Mesa Spectre is deflected deftly by both MT and Colin, who basically stand side by side, just swinging their swords with just beautiful precision, deflecting shot after shot after shot. And when it all seems, when the dust there has settled, and you guys are temporarily winded, a chakram blazes towards you. However, Rhino drops in front of you, throws out both arms, and covers himself with a solid void energy. And the chakram strikes and deals 4 shocks to the 5 for Rhino.
4 shocks to the 5. That's fair enough.
That should be the secondary weapon.
Yep, my temp tough gets knocked out, but I only take 1 point of actual damage.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh shit, which goes to a relationship first, doesn't it?
If you had used one, yes, it goes to relationship first.
Yes.
Whose relationship did you use?
Oh, the void.
Oh, okay.
It's the only one he's got.
Well, no, I got that in Clem, and Clem didn't make sense at that point.
The good thing is, due to the rules we're because rules, we do not take relationship damage if we augment our transference and take hits.
Yes,
that is the kid using the.
Yep, as the kid using the relationship. You only take relationship damage if you don't make a set as the kid.
Right.
So okay. Now,
by the way, MT is upset.
Cool.
What are you talking about? I almost took that whole hit perfectly.
Yeah, actually, he's barely scratched. He's not, as far as you can tell, he's actually unharmed by it.
She is upset that he is not doing what he said he was going to do and trying to calm down this ghost.
You know, actually, you know, a thing that makes a little sense here. And that because the only damage you took, Yanto, went to the void.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that is the Ava's distorted feelings affecting you, and you're a little mad at the void.
Fuck you, void! I thought you were cool.
You want feeling shithead? So, it comes to the end now. Kirei, what does Ava remember?
Ava, because I'm thinking of connecting it to the distorted feelings of rage, right?
Yeah.
Was what she was feeling. I know this isn't. I know this isn't going to sound positive. Well, I could probably spin it such a way. Ava remembers getting separated from Kirei during a mission from Kirei and Yanto. All three of them got separated during a mission that went awry. Kirei then dropped out of comms contact at one point. Ava, of course, went to investigate and see what happened to her. And when she did, she found a very heavily damaged Loki that was inert, and surrounded by dozens and dozens of dead Grineer. And actually, for dramatic, let's say dead corrupted.
Okay.
Let's say what caused it was an unfortunate a void rift had opened up and the mission went awry.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And dozens of dead corrupted, and but next to the Loki was Kirei, out of her Warframe, holding kunai and covered in blood and emitting rage like nothing. Like no emotion that had ever been seen from Kirei. So I'll ask a counter question. What did Ava do to calm Kirei down?
Ava remembers the brief glint of panic she experienced when she first saw you, and then once more the intense feeling of compassion. And she remembers approaching slowly, holding out her hands peacefully, stepping out of Mesa, approaching you, and then when she was close enough to Kirei, wrapping her arms around her and pulling her into a hug.
All right. Then I'll say the memory ends with the noise of Kirei's kunai clattering to the ground.
You guys are buffeted with sadness of the sadness of distance, the regret of the time lost with you, of what's been taken away from her, and the regret that she'll never get it back. comes to the top of the round. Nasia, with the chakram having been deflected, waits for the chakram to bounce off of a wall and appear and fly overhead of the Oberon Warframe before sinking into the floor, reappearing within the chakram, dropping down behind MT, and unleashing a torrent of gunfire with his secondary weapon, Memoria. Or actually, let's see. No, more of his signature thing. He drops down behind. He drops down behind Oberon, and divine spears will impale Oberon as he lands. And he will actually split actions with Memoria in that case. To fire Memoria into Oberon right after the spears impale him. What's MT going to do?
Okay. Well, dodge for one, of course,
Yeah,
because I'm gonna need to.
yeah, that's legit.
But yeah, I'm really gonna need to. And then I'm gonna try to use Sacred Guard again.
Okay. For
4.
yeah, what you gonna do with it?
Oh, to lift Nasia and
Slam him to the ground.
yeah, but also, I feel like that knocks his aim off,
Yeah.
But of course, not before I tell Yanto, like, look, don't worry about me. You have a job to do.
We got this.
Gandalf just kind of grunts.
Gonzo.
What?
She needs you. Even I can feel it here. Little bits and pieces that are coming through. She's hurting. You and Kira are the only ones who can help her.
Gandalf just can't really think of anything to say.
Colin, this round actually is not going to be available to defend.
Okay, cool. That's fine. I got it.
Because he is going to give a let's see. Let me see. Can you send me your character sheet for Yanto? he is going to roll a basically, if you will allow him, he will roll a helping hand to basically to sort of reinforce your relationships and remind you of your connections and how important it is that you hold on to them, essentially. And if you will accept it, he will give you a helping hand for a courage roll to take the Kirei relationship out of crisis.
Sure, if he wants to go for that.
Yeah, go ahead and for free kind of, because this is basically his action, go ahead and roll with 4 extra dice.
Damn. That was a good helping hand roll.
There is only one way I can possibly fail this. Oh, thank Christ.
Didn't get the old 10 die straight.
No, thankfully. 2 by 6 is my highest.
It's happened once.
It's true.
Happened once. Matt did it.
Yeah. Take the relationship with Kirei out of crisis. Colin reminds you of Colin reminds you of your connections and the importance that it is that you help people, that you help your connections.
Just imagine that. Just imagine that he's trying to give this rousing speech, like "Don't give up on your friends, don't lose those connections," and Yada just gets really defensive and shouty, then realizes, "Wait a second, I do care." Thank you, Colin. I do care about Kerry. Oh wait, shit, I do care about Kerry.
Have the courage to accept your feelings, even though it is true. This relationship may end with one of you dying.
Yeah. And he doesn't so much give
you figured that out. Now please go help with the ghost.
It isn't so much like a rousing speech. It is like he tells you exactly what I the dialogue I gave you there. Like he reminds you that your friend is hurting, and that it reminds you of your closeness with her, your closeness with Kirei, and how you two can save her. So yeah, what are you going to do now?
I suppose attempt to reconnect with Ava.
Okay. Okay. Ava is going to just lay into MT with bullet spray.
You said I do get to keep all my dodges, right?
Yes, you do.
Cool.
All right. What is Kirei going to do? Are you going to try to connect with Ava?
Yes, absolutely. I will split actions. She will split actions between attempting to connect with Ava and, you know what? This has been a long overdue. Idea. Connect with Ava, and we're going to go ahead and disarm that Memoria gun. This is an idea I've wanted to do since that we learned about the existence of that gun.
Yep, that is Ava's custom Vasto.
Yep.
All right, everyone roll.
So, okay, here's a question. I thankfully got a butt ton of small sets. I'm wondering if I just should use them all to dodge and forget about the attacking at all.
Dodging would be probably ideal.
Yeah, you know what? So I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna use all these sets to dodge. Fuck attacking.
Says the GM after looking up the dice rolls.
Fuck attacking.
If it makes you feel better, it's possible one of those attacks will not go. All right, here's Nate. Does width matter at all for the transference rolls?
Yeah, that will deal more.
Okay, I can
basically you do width in quote unquote damage to Ava.
All right, Amanda. I can use my awesome. Oh wait, no, I have to use my awesome 2 for that set anyway because it's the only. So I can't use awesome 2 for the roll that does not have that set awesome 2 on it. Okay, so yes. Well, fortunately for you, Amanda.
I don't have to attack. It's fine. I'll just keep dip, duck, diving, and dodging.
To be fair, our victory condition at this point is not doing damage to Nasia, so
hey, got
as
it.
far
No
as I'm
problem.
aware, or at
No
least it's not the
problem.
victory condition we're shooting for.
Okay.
And the area on radial disarm doesn't matter because there's only one target. It does technically have area 2, but I just sort of assume area 2 indicates that Kirei can basically disarm the arena. Because I don't think it's super huge.
Okay. That's quite the dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge.
Yeah.
All right. The Memoria is knocked out of Naja's hands right after he lands. Okay, so basically, Naja lands behind, emerges from the shock from above, lands behind Oberon, slams down a hand, and Oberon leaps. Leaps forward, ducks low, dodges divine spear after divine spear. These golden spears of light crashing down all around Oberon, but MT and Oberon are rolling out of the way of one, dashing away from another, leaping away out of another. And as he's occupied with that, Naja lifts Memoria, takes aim, but before he can fire, it is knocked out of his hands by Loki on the other side of the arena. And so you got there. Okay, so the spears of light taper off and come to an end. Instead, now replaced with a torrent of gunfire. Replaced with a torrent of gunfire. And that's wrong document. Oops. That's strikes around the edges of Oberon. Oberon dodging out of the way of much of it, but being nicked time and time again. You can shift. What is that? You can shift 4 shocks to your 7 and 4 shocks to your 2.
Okay.
You can shift those one location above or one location below.
4 to 7 and 4 to 2.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I will shift.
As she,
I'll shift the 7 up. Take out my 6. I didn't need that fucking Scott of Prime. That's fine.
it'll be okay.
It's fine. And what was the other one? Sorry.
The other one was the 2s.
The 2s.
So Oberon's body.
Okay. Yeah, I'll shift that down because I probably don't need the sniper either. It's fine.
Okay. All right. And so now we come to, let's see here, who goes first there? All right. Kirei. What does Ava remember?
Ava remembers Kirei expressing shortly after the first scene of them meeting, Kirei expressing concern over her presence causing problems for Ava and her crew, and Ava's suggestion in turn to change her appearance. And Ava takes Kirei aside and gives her a haircut, cutting away the incredibly long, dark locks of hair into the straight cut parted out of her face that goes just to her chin, that she currently wears.
She remembers wanting to see your eyes more often. She remembers really appreciating the color, and she remembers feeling elated when it seemed that you were able to interact more and with deeper connections when you're able to look into people's eyes. Yanto.
Yo.
What does Ava remember?
Ava remembers one of the biggest fights she ever had with Yanto. A short while before they'd found Kerry, they had gone to hijack a large corpus shipment from off one of their mining colonies. Mm-hmm. And the whole operation had gone completely arse backwards. A huge fight ensued. Both of them barely escaping with their lives. And once they got back onto the lander, tempers really flared off to the point where they genuinely started throwing punches at each other. And it was only when when another communication came through the comms, another mission for them to go on, that they kind of stopped and realized how futile this was. There was always going to be something else to do, something to move on to.
She remembers losing her cool. Losing her cool with the mission, with you, and then remembering that there are always better ways and better places to redirect your feelings, more productive things that you can do with rage and unease. She feels regret now that she hadn't shared that revelation with you sooner. You guys have experienced the static come apart even more, as if there isn't much of it left, and it isn't a buffeting as it had been before, as it is just the soft feeling now of fear. Fear for what happens next. Fear for what's beyond. Fear that there will be no peace. Fear that there is no heaven. Fear that there is no hell. Comes the top around. Nasia is going to begin running towards and also kind of like past Oberon to throw divine spears into him as he is running circles or running alongside Oberon, depending on how Oberon moves. What is MT going to do?
I'm gonna outrun him.
All right.
I'm gonna outrun him. It's technically a dodge.
That's fine. Yanto. Ava's presence is weak.
Yanto is going to stop you trying to utilize transference, and he's going to actually try and speak to her.
Okay. Okay. So you're going to do charm then?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ava is unable to act, as she does not have enough dice left to make a set. What is Kira going to do?
Kira is not so great at expressing things in words much of the time.
Mhm.
So, Loki will walk up to Rhino and take Rhino's hand before Kira will put all of her focus in God, I wish we had some way to blind the audience, but alas. Just put all our focus into transference.
Okay. Colin will give a helping hand to Yanto's charm, as he will basically present himself peacefully as well. So, Yanto, you can get 3 extra dice to your charm roll. Colin is just being your bro this fight.
Yeah, if Yanto is shit, like Rhino will actually put an arm around. Yeah, we'll put arm around his shoulder.
Yeah, you got one hand holding Loki's, and you have another hand with your arm around Colin's shoulder.
Also, fuck you, Nate. This music's making me emotional.
It feels so good for this though, right? Like for the climax of this.
Absolutely.
Everyone, roll your dice. Okay. All right. So, Nasia breaks into a sprint towards Oberon, who leaps away, avoiding Nasia charging into him, and then also breaks into a sprint as well, as Nasia continues running with just throwing divine spears towards Oberon as he does, and Oberon is always several steps ahead of the spears, each one impacting where his feet were half a second ago. And the spears catch up. The spears seem like they're catching up more and more until MT and Oberon simultaneously draw in a deep breath and push harder and run past Nasia. With Nasia finally slowing down and slowing down more and more until he comes to a stop. Now, who should go first? Who should go first here between the charm and the transference roll? Words or a memory? What should happen first and what should end it?
I do have an idea for a good scene a good memory to end it, but it's up to.
I was thinking the same thing. If you want to close this off with the memory, that makes the most sense.
I like either way, though. If you would prefer to close it off with Yanto's words, that is fine.
Yeah, how do you want this to end?
You know what? I will say, let's end it with the charm.
Okay.
I think the idea I had can lead into that just fine.
What does she remember?
She remembers bringing Kirei back to the ship for the first time. And she remembers, however, she remembers introducing Kirei to someone, to the other crew member aboard the ship. She remembers the time that she facilitated Kirei and Yanto's first meeting.
She remembers being worried at first, hopeful mostly, that you two would hit it off, that you two would be friends, and the relief that she experienced when you did. And the static breaks more as she recognizes that you are still alive. That you and Yanto, her friends, are still alive and are still close. Are still friends. And that no matter what, the bond that she helped forge between you won't go away.
And Kirei will punctuate that with a single whisper. Thank you. Thank you. I will be all right.
Yanto?
Ava. I don't know if you can hear me. I hope this gets through to you somehow.
The static is open. She can't communicate except with her feelings. And you know and you know she's hearing you.
Seeing you now is possibly one of the most wonderful and scary things I think I've ever experienced. I missed you so much. And yet, I've been killing myself trying to figure out how this was going to happen. Because everything I've done to get to this point has been hell. It's been nothing but fear and sacrifice and confusion and doubt, and I have to keep anchoring myself and trying to remind myself of what I can do that's good and what I can do that will help people. And you're it. You were the ideal I always had to measure myself by. You were the person who took a broken, strange little guy and you showed him the ropes and you taught him how to not just fight, but how to be a person, how to care for people, and how to do the thousands of little things that make you human again. Because the void took everything from us. But together we managed to find things that could make us human again. I don't want this to be the last time we talk to each other. But I know that's going to be the case. But I just wanted to know. I wanted to let you know. I owe you my life. And I can't thank you enough for that. Now, please let me do this one last good thing for you.
There is a long moment where Nasia is looking upon all of you. And you get a memory. All of you. It's nothing too specific. Nothing too unique. More like a still frame image and the feelings behind it. Of Ava sitting in the cockpit, quietly monitoring everything around her. Of Kirei sitting next to her. Quietly listening to music. And Yanto nearby tinkering and building something new. And a quiet moment of peace, calm, and happiness among all three of you. And then she is gone.
Rhino just sags.
Nasia looks down at himself, looks around him, looks at the floor, and drops to a knee. And I think that's where I'm going to end the session.
Huh.
What do you guys think?
That was really good.
I need a hug.
Is there a dry eye in the house?
Mine aren't.
Oh.
Mine are thoroughly undried.
Oh no,
Oh,
no.
Nate.
Don't feel bad for him. He killed himself.
I knew what I was getting myself into. I know you guys are really good at what you do. I knew you were going to make you cry.
Oh, motherfucker. Come on. Let me give you good vibes from across the ocean.
Of course. I appreciate it.
I
Good
wave my fingers in the microphone. That does a thing, right?
Yes.
vibes.
So, what did you guys think? Did you have fun?
Mm.
Yeah, I had fun. Yeah, I had fun.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
Do you guys have any thoughts, comments, questions?
Nothing that I don't think will be gone through next time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I think with that, I'm going to call an end to it and end this recording. Everyone gets an experience point and 2 relationship experience points.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm going to stop the broadcast here.